Okay, I love Shadow the Hedgehog. Not in a weird way, but in a completely normal way. I swear I don't know where that body pillow came from. But in all seriousness, Shadow the Hedgehog is one of the coolest characters ever made. He has everything baked into him to make him cool. Bad moves, a dark backstory, shoes, and being a non-racist.
Ignore him.
Those monkeys need to put on some pants! Never mind. Forget I said that.
Disgusting black creatures, get out of my sight.
So the logical thing to think is that Shadow is the best, and I'm gonna convince you of this. Let's start at the beginning, Sonic Adventure 2. And since I'm here to talk about Shadow, I found this thing on the street to tell you why Sonic is cool or whatever.
First off, I'm not a thing. I'm a person. Okay? God damn! Anyways, what's up?
50 years ago from whenever this game takes place, Gerald Robotnik, the grandpapa of Eggman, and Maria Target Robotnik, which is probably her full legal name, are on the Ark, which is a thing I will not explain. Maria is there because she is sick, in the bad way. And Gerald is there to make a weapon for gun, which I'm also not gonna explain. So after probably seeing this, and making Shadow's version of Godzilla, he also makes Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form, to be a weapon. And also, he thinks somehow he'll be able to cure Maria, which makes no sense at all. Don't know what he was thinking there. But he was worried about Shadow becoming evil after he made him, so he put in Maria's soul into Shadow or something. Not really sure what Godzilla vs. Biollante logic they're doing here, but that's what happened. After that, Shadow and Maria becomes friends, and only friends. She's 12. And boop bop bing, she gets shot, dies, and Shadow goes into a 50-year coma. Later, he wakes up, fights Sonic, tries to kill everyone, changes his mind, fights the Salamander, goes Super Shadow for round 2, and dies. And this is where his story was originally supposed to end. The original Hedgehog at odds with his imposter, confused by a world that was too cruel to him, but ends up doing the right thing in the end. Can't see how Sonic can beat that.
Man, Sonic is so freaking cool, man! Bro took off a piece of a helicopter and used it as a snowboard into a city. You can't top that, bro. When he turned to Excalibur, Sonic, oh my god, that was so raw! Or when he turned into Super Sonic 2 in Sonic Frontiers Final Horizons. Oh! That was the most badass shit of all time, bro. Or when he turned into the Werehog. Don't say that form sucks. It's cool, okay? He has stretchy arms and he can punch stuff. And that form was in one of the best video games ever made. So, obviously that's a pretty cool form. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know what this guy is saying that Shadow is cooler than Sonic. He's not, okay? Shadow sucks. Sonic's better. Sonic does way better things, okay? That's my take.
But from Shadow's slick black and red design to his chaos control, he was just too cool to let him die. So they brought him back for Sonic Heroes, which did something incredibly dumb. Throughout Sonic Adventure 2, he had memory loss, and by the end, he got his memories back. But in this game, they were like, duh, what if we make him lose his memories again? So not only does he not remember the entire previous game, they also made a plot where there's a bunch of Shadow clones, and he thinks he is one, even though there's a whole ton of evidence saying he's not. But all that works for his character, where towards the end of his campaign, he says this awesome line.
Witness this invincible battleship, built by the hands of a genius. Its power, unmatched throughout the universe.
You'll regret this, Doctor. Even if I'm not real, I'm still the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Not only that, this game also cements his relationship with Rouge and Omega as somewhat of a new Maria to him. Then he just kind of stands there for the rest of the game. He doesn't even fight the boss or anything.
Man, that Metal Overlord fight was insane, bro. You hear what I'm made of in the background while Sonic is Super Sonic, while he had Tails and Knuckles in this, like, yellow bubble thing. I don't know what that was about, but still, that was pretty cool. he defeated Metal Overlord because Sonic is the real Sonic and Metal was a loathsome copy. And Metal said, why can I defeat you? And then Sonic said, because we're Sonic Heroes!
Then, the greatest and worst thing for Shadow happened. He got his own game. It's the worst thing because, from what I've heard, the game sucks. Not only does it suck, but there's like 10 endings, and to get the entire story, you have to play all of them. Why was this game also the best thing for Shadow? Guns. He has guns. Also, tell me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Shadow kill Sonic at one point?
Actually, no. He killed Eggman.
Well, the biggest thing about this game is that it reveals that Shadow is part alien, and can just kill everyone if he really wants to. And Black Doom is his dad. That's the alien, okay? I forgot to put that in the script. Sue me. In Sonic 06, he has a much more sizable role, but since I absolutely hate Silver, I refuse to talk about it. Instead, I'll show you what is my favorite Shadow moment of all time. The background for this scene is that this faker showed that in the future, humanity blamed the Earth's destruction on Shadow because of how powerful he is, caged him forever in fear of his power, even though he was completely innocent.
You must realize now that you cannot hope to stop me with your limited power.
So you say.
It's futile. The world will betray you. Why fight at all? Why risk your life for those who will persecute you later?
If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have.
I honestly can't think of a single Sonic scene that even matches this one.
Watch the final cutscene in Sonic Unleashed, and then we can talk.
Let's do it!
That Sonic Unleashed cutscene is pretty cool, but it's not as cool or important to the character of Sonic as that Shadow one was to Shadow. That Shadow cutscene wasn't only just extremely cool and well made, it was also showing that Shadow has evolved from where he first came from, and that he will fight for what he thinks is right no matter what the odds are, and he is not gonna give up. That means a lot to the character of Shadow, while that Sonic cutscene was just, I'm gonna go Super Sonic to beat up the giant Godzilla-like kaiju that is awesome looking, but that's beside the point. The Shadow cutscene is way more better and way more important than that Sonic cutscene. Then after that, he kind of faded into the background of the Sonic franchise. His most important role was in Sonic Forces, which I heard is completely garbage. He just murdered this guy without killing him, which led him to become the big villain of Sonic Forces and helped Eggman take over the world. So that stinks. And then he went into a tiny hibernation. Sonic Frontiers came out, having Sonic fight f***ing kaiju. with Shadow nowhere to be found. But his absence was building up to one of the strongest comebacks of all time, the fearless year of Shadow, with two big things happening during that time. One was the release of Sonic Movie 3, the other was Sonic Generations remake, remaster, not really sure. But both had Shadow at the center. The first one to come out was Sonic Generations, which was actually a 2-for-1 deal, because it came with a f***ing new Shadow game, Shadow Generations, which is one of the few games from the Sonic franchise that I have actually played. And it has become one of my favorite, it has become my favorite game of all time. As soon as I started playing it, Shadow was just so much more fun to play as than Sonic. He still has the speed of Sonic, but now he can also teleport around to kill enemies and use Chaos Control! The plot is Black Doom, his alien papa, has come back from the dead. And because of the time-traveling shenanigans in Sonic Generations, Maria and Gerald Robotnik are both back as well. And Shadow is getting powers kinda like Venom. I haven't actually got through the entire game yet. Shut up, I'll get there one day, but Shadow is just more fun and cool to play as, right?
Yeah. You can say that. Or Sonic can do that too.
But along with that game, there was an extremely short and well-made animated series they released that leads into Shadow Generations. It is absolutely top tier, but to end the year of Shadow, Sonic 3 released, just to make Shadow even cooler. First of all, he's voiced by Keanu Reeves. That's all I need to say. That alone makes him cooler and better than Sonic. But they do Shadow's story perfect. I'm not going to spoil it here, because you got 10 seconds to skip past this.
Why do you want to go to Mexico? I just love Latinas, Sonic. What? Adios, amigo.
Okay, now for everyone who's still here. Shadow's just an alien, no space colony arc, Maria's not sick, Shadow is cool. Why did they not have them shoot Maria? That's the worst part of the movie. Live and Let Learn is baked into the movie. Super Shadow, Revenge Guac, Shadow takes off his rings, Shadow dies, but not really? Okay, I'm done. So long story short, hey!
Bro, do you remember when Sonic fought Dark Gaia and Sonic Unleashed, bro? And then Sonic was like homie attacking Dark Gaia's eyes until they're like gushing out of blood. Well, it was green, but still, it kind of was like it was his blood. Or when Sonic fought the Night Titan and Sonic Frontiers, and then at the end of the fight, when he defeated him, he grabbed the Knight's sword and then slashed him in half. Ah!
Shut up. Shadow is the ultimate life form, and Sonic is a hedgehog that's just a little bit faster than normal. So are you ready to join the cult of Shadow? Wait, don't run! Get him! Get him!